The ticker tape. Well, mostly the ticker tape for one thing was a big breakthrough because for the first time ever, we could send messages by. I think the ticker tape it churned telegraph messages. It was a big breakthrough, and it was one of my huge breakthroughs actually because it it churned telegraph into. It was the first time that we ever actually transmitted messages. So you could actually like write messages in the ticker tape. I forget how it worked exactly. It was something really technical, and it was really big. It took a big machine to do it. Basically, like on the other end, no one could afford the computer or the big machine, which was is this giant wall-sized machine, which I think I forget how it worked exactly, but and I think you need a receiving computer too, or something like that. But basically, forget how it worked exactly. Anyways, one of my investments, and I was messing around with it, and they finally got it right. And and mostly it was just a ticker tape machine that was this huge, like, it was the first time that we ever sent messages via wire. You know, I think we did have some radio, getting the radio to work because the way the radio works. Um, You know, that is a little bit of an issue and a little bit of a problem. But the ticker tape was really cool because you could, and it was the first time that things were actually sold on the worldwide way and certain shops. Mostly, I think it was mostly my dealerships or whatever, or my stock market exchanges because, like I say, people would like if you wanted to make a toy or if you wanted to make leather goods, you'd go to the stock market and you'd be like, yeah, I need 50 pelts, or I need 300 pelts. And I was usually the biggest buyer of pelts anyway, so I would be like, having farms and stuff like that, and I'd be like, ooh, yeah, I'm gonna need 3,000 cow skins. Yeah, you think you can? Does anybody have that? Because I'd be like, well, I got like I know I have like 500 or at least 3,000 cows somewhere, and it's like, well, I gotta need to go get those 3,000 cows. And so I'd be making like the leather jackets for the German army. And that's another thing too is that I'm paying out gold for all my men. A lot of the army things is basically mine. So I'd need like 3,000 cows, with jackets. Like I said, you could buy the leather jackets. I'm pretty sure that I mean all my high officers had leather jackets and white jackets, but basically, you know, I would be the basically the buyer, and mostly it was like countries would be buying and selling to the other country leaders, and mostly those country leaders are supposedly rich, but it's like, well, anyway, it gets all confusing because it's like not really them exactly. The most it gets all confusing, convoluted because it's like where there's me and then there's other people and like I'm the biggest thing. But then other people are starting to what's called, but they do it on my credit because it's like, well, all right, I'll go ahead. I guess you guys are good for it. Anyway, then mostly it's just basically like when 2,000 people go to build a leather factory. And another thing is, like I said, is mostly it's like me to the people because like I'm the only one with like huge metal supplies. So, I'm able to be like, yeah, okay, we'll build, and mostly, like I say, it's mostly me building I'd build like 25 cars or whatever, and then like other people would want those cars, and then because in order to have metal for cars, you literally have to mine it yourself, or have a mining facility that can actually create that much metal. So a lot of things changed, and I'm allowing other personal ownership of things. So a lot of people are finally, and they're also seeing that they can do it themselves. So, you know, I don't know and a lot of people, you can't really just go out and just mine. Like, I mean, you can kind of, but and some people are doing that. That's another thing is some people are actually going out and mining. That like groups of like 30,000 people are going out and setting up mines and stuff like that, and actually getting some personal money for themselves. So it's kind of complicated. And then, like I say, a lot of other people are just going out there and shooting a lot of people too to just take over those mines because, like, well, 3,000 people started this mine, and now, yeah, 300 people are going to take it over, or they're going to be dead. Those 30,000 people are going to be dead, and that actually happens. Like there are mining operations where there's 30,000 people there, and like 1,000 people with guns would go in there and just basically take it over and basically say, well, now you work for us. And then they steal the gold and run off, or they kill everyone and then run off. Yeah, it gets all complicated because like there's a lot of stuff going on, and but it's not really going on in the cities so much. It's going on outside the cities because most of the cities have armed guards and like real police and guns protecting it. And a lot of the cities you find out, that are actually safe from my cities. And at some point in time, I'm just like, whatever, I'm over it. But there's my America, and there's my factories and my companies, and there's also the Irish people. They and mostly it's just like large groups on the stock market, like the Irishmen, the other things, and like these really big groups, pretty much. And there's a lot of stuff that's going on, basically.